Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope this message finds you. Welcome back to another episode of Dear Source. And I could not be more happy to tackle today's topic with you guys. And this one is very near and dear to my heart. And it is, how do we see ourselves as whole and complete? So I'm going to continue to rail on this topic because it's just, I think, so important for us to step back into who we are and what we know. And it's such an interesting topic for me, especially being a mom, because I'm always like, okay, how do I create space as a mom for my kids to really explore and understand the universe? And there's things that have happened recently in my life with my children. And I just now understand, like, sometimes it's not just about me and what I'm doing as a parent, but there's so many societal and universal forces that we are here to break, we're here to overcome. And as part of that, that might be part of my soul's calling and my soul's mission, because I look at both of my children and I think about, how do they understand and know that they are whole and complete? They are God eternal within the body. They are an emanation of source itself, and that there is never anything wrong with them. Like, we have these huge societal constructs going on, I think right now, especially in order to keep control of us as a divine race and as a divine species, to make sure that we are essentially controlled. And there's so much to unpack here, but I think about really our healthcare system and our mental health care system. And it's, as a certified professional coach, I had a situation where I was in a session with my daughter and her therapist, and I was completely blown away by the lack of intuition that people have, the lack of ability to read another human being, the lack of ability to know, like, my daughter is not checked into what we're talking about or what we're asking her here. And that you just keep plowing through and don't ask any more probative questions. And yet your solution at the end of this call is, let's just put her on some medication, and can also not articulate to me what are the other tactics that we can use to help her build this. And I remember being at the beginning of this, it was a telehealth call, because she had a medical issue, so she wasn't in the office, but where I was like asking me what I wanted her to know. And the first thing I said to her is, I need for my child to know and understand that she is whole and complete, that there is nothing wrong with her. There is nothing wrong with her. What she's going through is the learnings to remember who she is. And I know that at 16 or 17, it's very hard to understand that you have an ego that is the illusion of your separate self. It's your noisy thoughts. And when you don't feel happy or aligned or in coherence with your truth, your divine state of being, you are going to feel disease. You're going to feel unhappy. You're going to feel anxious. And we don't talk enough about what's really going on with our children, and what's really at play. And we have the kids today are way more enlightened than even I was. And I know my children will be further along their path than I was when I started to really go, this is not it. Like, I remember distinctly being 39 and going, this is not life. This is not what I signed up for. This is not why I came in here. This cannot be it. And I was completely asleep. I was completely numb. I was completely tuned out. I was in a loveless marriage that I remember thinking, I cannot imagine at 80 years old, we're going to wake up and be sitting on the front porch in some amazing love story. That was the beginning for me to start to see the cracks. And there are so many societal things that I think we're here to break out of. And I could talk for years, which I'm sure that'll come up on many other episodes about just, I think, things we're here to break out of. And I think about my children and I'm like, okay, I think as a parent, one of the things that we innately want to do that is from the ego, ironically, is to try to have them learn lessons from us. But I have to remember that God has both of my children perfectly held, and all their lessons that they contracted into when they came into this earth. They have a soul contract with me as their mother. They have a soul contract with their father. And they contracted into all the lessons, as well as I contracted into all of my lessons. And they need the space to know that this is part of why you came in here, was to learn this lesson. And when I think about this situation with my child, one of the things that really, I think, gets me going is, like, our first initial instinct is, we want to victimize and tell our kids that there's something wrong with them. And this goes for adults too, but I'm just speaking to my own experience here. And it's like, she's whole and complete. She is a divine being. Something's not aligning for her. And she also needs to realize she is here for her and for her experience. And I remember articulating to the therapist that she is here to please herself. We are not here to please another single soul on this earth except ourselves. So are we doing stuff that is divine? Are we doing stuff that honors ourselves? Are we doing what we need to do to honor our soul? Are we doing those things? Because the energy of people pleasing, and I would say that is a predominant energy on this planet of, oh my gosh, I have to do this, or how is this person going to feel? Pardon my language, fuck that. Like, at the end of the day, how do you feel? Are you aligned eternally within yourself to say, this is my highest truth? And am I acting from a space of love? You can honor yourself by being love, but also not putting yourself in situations that are not honoring of you. And it's okay. You don't have to go around and please anybody. And I really want to hit that point home, is when I think of my child and maybe some of her unhappiness, is like, you're not living your truth. Are you making decisions to keep your mom happy? What's my mom going to think? What's my dad going to think? Oh my gosh, I can't do that. They want me to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, my friends, my boyfriend, you name it. We get into such an energy of worrying about everybody else and pleasing everybody else and making everybody else feel comfortable that the person that's actually in relationship with these people has been forgotten. And you can be love and decide that I'm no longer going to be in relationship with this individual in the physical 3D world. I have learned my lessons from them. They have taught me what I need to know. I've learned. And the reality is when we don't honor ourselves, we continuously get karma to teach us that you're here to honor you. You are here to be in your truth. You are here to be in your energetic blueprint that is only you. Yes, are we all the same? Absolutely. We're all souls. We're all energy. We're all from the divine. But how my soul is attuned and what I'm meant to do and who I'm meant to be and how I'm supposed to express in the world is individually unique to me. And that goes for every person on this planet. And if we didn't need, we would not need to incarnate any more people if we all weren't needed. We are all needed for the evolution of the human species. We're all needed to enlighten the world. We're all needed to teach and grow each other. We all are important. We all have a unique frequency to tap into to share with the world. And I feel so called and so impassioned to help not only my children, but the next generation and every other generation realize that you are whole and complete. And you are here to honor yourself and to honor your soul. And whatever that is, that's the frequency and the beingness that you need to be in. And we need to drop pleasing other people to keep them happy, make them comfortable. And I will tell you, I know she's gotten a lot of this from me. We also have a whole other topic of conversation of epigenetics and family lines and what we bring in from our own parents, our parents, typically 7 generations back, of just the family line that we're here to heal and to break free from. And there's nothing that I am embarrassed by. I don't want my child to ever be embarrassed by anything. You're uniquely you. And right now, you're not in natural alignment with the truth of who you are. That's it. That is all that's going on here. You're not damaged, you're not traumatized. And we like to feed those stories because if we feed those stories and we stay wounded, then we're not healing and moving on. And our Western medicine specifically is not helping us get healthier. It's not helping us remember the state of our divinity. It's not helping somebody see how do we move you back to a place of wholeness and completeness. And I think of the coaches training I went through, one of the cornerstones is seeing every human being is naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. All of you hold all the answers for you, and tuning into that frequency of you to find those answers is what we're here to do. We are not here to do anything else. No other person holds the answers. People only are mirrors and reflecting back to us what we know within ourselves, but maybe need to learn. Everyone is a teacher. Every other human being is a teacher for our remembrance of our souls. And so I might be on a one-woman crusade to change the mental health industry, but I'm not proponent of just medicate and take a pill and that's going to make it better. Like, we need to do the soul level work because we are a body, we are our mind, and we are our soul. And we have to heal on all three levels. We can't just do one. If we do one without the other, we're going to continuously have issues. And this is part of the reason that I have also stepped into being a shaman and stepping into my gifts of shamanic work, because shamanism is the most ancient religion, the most ancient medicine known to man. And it is about the soul work that needs to go on. It's about attuning your energy. It's about tuning your frequency. It's about a whole wide range of things, but it's really healing on all levels, and to understand that we are in relationship with everything in the universe, from the plants to the trees to the water in the ocean and the rivers and the lakes to the mountains to the desert. All of it is here in service to us as humanity. And so we have a lot of work to do as a human collective to step into the true knowingness of who we are, because we are here breaking thousands of years of societal constructs about the way we think we're supposed to be, which is in complete disconnect from our natural intelligence and from our divinity. And so I am here to help people remember the essence of who they are, that they are divine, that they are whole, that they are complete. And when you remember that, you activate the highest expression of yourself on this earth at this present time. And so continue to reach out to me. I've got a bunch of topics. I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I want to keep these kind of short so that I keep your attention. It's not belabored. It's not 2 hours, 3 hours of your time. But continue to reach out. I have so many people reaching out, so many topics to cover and ideate on. But this is about a remembrance. This is about you remembering who you are, that you are God, that you are source, that you are all that is, that you are the infinite abundance of the universe. You are all that is and all that ever will be, and you have everything that you need at any given moment in present time that you need in order to be the most full expression of yourself. So this is about a remembrance. This is about when we step into our divinity, we're going to be whole and complete. And we understand that all of our rights, all of our beingness comes from God. It doesn't come from anybody else. And that we live in true alignment with that. We live in alignment with love. And that we understand that we are here as brothers and sisters of one source, that we are all the begotten sons of God, that our energy in union with everybody else is what's going to heal this earth, to heal this planet, and to elevate our civilization to the next level that we're being called to, which is heart-centered consciousness, to be love, to see everything through the eyes of love, to treat everyone as if they are ourselves, and to love them. That's our journey. That's why we're here. It's very simple. And when we understand that, when we honor ourselves, when we step into our truths, we will create heaven on earth. We will create that. So continue to reach out, continue to message me, because I want to know what you want to talk about. What's the burning question? And how do we align that with all that's going on, but yet we have very simple laws and truths that we're here to be in accordance with. And when we honor those, we honor ourselves and we step into that, we are going to have magic on this planet. So tune in tomorrow for another episode of Dear Source, your Ascendancy Hotline. And make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And I look forward to the continued conversation. Sending you all my love and light, and I will see you all tomorrow.